We want to encourage those who want to remain corrupt and steal money, that I beg the money should be used to bless our people. Thank you and God bless.
Quand j'avais un peu haut, l'après-midi soir, on était ensemble à la rue Princesse. Pour lui les maquillots, ensemble pour payer les vidéos. L'argent est fini, en tout a changé de côté. Maribana, elle a changé de côté. Dieu merci pour moi, je savais chanter un peu haut. J'ai fait ma cassette, on peut voir la télé. Matin, midi, soir, c'est moi, je chante à la radio.
Let me do this one exclusively for our own brother Ishaka Sor. Premier Gaou. I want to do this one exclusively for Ishaka Sor. And all of you that are listening this morning, Premier Gaou. Okay, you remember in the early 2000s, right? Premier Gaou. Ishaka Sor. Bonjour, mon frère.
On dit premier Gaou n'est pas Gaou. C'est deuxième Gaou qui est Nyatao. Dimanche matin et coco, on frappe à ma porte. À ma grande surprise, c'est la go en touche voix. Ensemble, j'ai dit, oh, il y a longtemps, c'est plus revu. Elle veut me mentir, elle dit, chérie, j'avais voyagé. Je suis de retour, je t'appartiens. Prends-moi cadeau, fais ce que tu veux. Mais on dit, premier Gaou n'est pas Gaou. C'est deuxième Gaou qui est Nyatao. J'ai dit, chérie, Coco, qu'est-ce que tu veux manger? Ça même est elle me dit poulet braisé. Putain, on te dit premier Gaou n'est pas Gaou. C'est deuxième Gaou qui est Nyatao. J'ai dit chérie Coco, c'est poulet tu veux manger. Poulet est trop petit, ça fait pas de la sasier. C'est caïman braisé. Je vais te donner les genoux d'éléphant. Tu vas manger. Nangere nangere wa. Elle est fâchée, elle s'en va à la maison. Si elle va à la maison, population va me tuer. Je lui ai demandé pardon et elle a accepté. À un moment donné, elle a tout gâté. Elle est quittée dans le poulet, elle s'en va dans le logo. Et ici c'est à logo, c'est pas compliqué. C'est plantation de bananes. Tu vas guiller.
Let's do this one for Ishaka Sor. I want to do this one for you, my brother Ishaka Sor. Take this one from us to you. Thank you for everything.
Premier Gaou n'est pas Gaou. C'est deuxième Gaou qui est Nyatao. Marque Gaou, l'écoute Gaou. Sorogio Gaou, Sabindo So Gaou. Angelo Gaou, Totorino Gaou. Ega Nyatao, Jefi Nyatao. Kade Nyatao, Kade Kuma Nyatao. Ega Nyatao. Nadia Michel Gaou, Emile Gaou, Oko Kema Gaou, Honoré Gaou, j'ai dit qui danse. Regarde ta science, j'ai dit qui danse. On dit premier Gaou n'est pas Gaou.
On dit premier Gaou n'est pas Gaou.
C'est deuxième Gaou qui est Nyatao. On dit premier Gaou n'est pas Gaou. C'est deuxième Gaou qui est Nyatao. c'est deuxième Kaou qui est Nyatao. Dimanche matin et Coco, on frappe à ma porte.
And they premier Gaou n'est pas Gaou. I want to use this time, fellow Liberians, home and abroad, to welcome each and every one of you under the Palava Hut. It's a wonderful, wonderful time again. I want to say thank you so much. I want to welcome my own brother, Duke Positive, has our sister. I hope she's doing very great and fine. Our regards there to you and the family. That's my own brother right there, Duke Positive, and his darling, darling wife. Lovely couple. Thank you so much for everything you guys are doing. I want to say greetings there to you and our lovely sister. Hope you guys are doing great. I also want to use this time, fellow Liberians, to welcome Sneh. Thank you so much, Sneh Lawrence, for your presence here. We do appreciate you. Ishaka Saw, thank you so much for joining us. I mean, all of you distinguished people that have joined us, we want to say thank you so much. We appreciate you. And as usual, we ask that you please do us a favor, and that one favor we require of you is to kindly hit for us the share button, share with friends, share with family members, so we can have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time here in discussing what we are supposed to discuss. So, again, I just want to appeal to you. I just want to say to you, please hit for us the share button and let's have a very wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time. Hit for us the share button and let's have a wonderful time. So I am also sharing. So let me just give you an opportunity to please join me so that all of us can share. Share to as many persons as you can share to. Share to as many individuals, as many chat rooms, that you can share to. Please do that for us, Please do that for us. Share to as many persons as you can, share to. Yeah, please do that for us. Please do that for us. Yeah, do that for us, please. We appeal to you. Please do that for us. Please do that for us. Thank you so very kindly. So we are here. Thank you so very much. I am still working up the time. I want to welcome my own lovely sister and a leader also, Josephine Campbell. How are you, Mama? I hope you are doing great, well, and fine. Thank you for everything. We do appreciate everything that you continue to do for the CDC. Thank you so very kindly. We do appreciate you. Thank you so very well. So, again, fellow Liberians, just do us a favor, hit for us the share button, and let's have a very, very wonderful, wonderful time here. Let's have a wonderful time. So, thanks to each and every one of you. You know, when you go to court, the people will tell you that the best witness is you yourself. The best person is you yourself. That's why you see the lawyers, the legal people, they will ask you, they will find out from you that, my man, tell me the truth. Because based on the fact that you will present to the lawyer, then he will advise you and say, look, my man, they here, they are looking at it, say, let's do it this way, let's do it that way. That's why when you go to the court, when you enter in the courthouse, the people will ask you questions. These are the charges brought up against you. Are you guilty or not guilty? They gave you an opportunity for you to be able to exonerate yourself or indict yourself. So once you say you are guilty, you know what happened? You lessen the burden of the court. You save resources. You save effort. You save energy and etc. At the end of the day, to some extent, the judge will have some consideration on you because you have saved time, you have saved resources, and you have saved them of so many things. And they could use that time to, enter into other cases or study for other cases. So there is always this consideration, especially when you mount the whatever it is, the witness thing or whatever, and they ask you, are you guilty or not guilty? Because they want to hear from you. Your words are very important in any case. Very, very important. Until we can start to hold people by their word. I beg you, please send me some likes. Amos J. Vincent, you are welcome. How are you, sir? Thank you so very kindly for joining us. We appreciate you. Thank you so very kindly. So my people, y'all please hit for me the share button. Please send me some likes. Please send me some likes so that, sometimes some of these videos, the more likes you send, it creates a positive impression that even if somebody wants to report the video, will be on the positive side. Yeah, so I'm begging you, my people, please send me some likes, send me some love, like the how you call it, the presentation, and it will actually help us so that people can report it. Yeah, I'm begging you, please. So once you take that witness stand and you are asked a question, are you guilty or not guilty? And you tell the judge that you are guilty, it saves time, energy, effort, resources, and etc. And because of that, they sometimes reduce the sentence. If you are supposed to go for maybe 80 years, they will say because you save all time, effort, and energy, we reduce the 80 years to maybe 60 years. So your words are very powerful. Whatever you will say, that's why you see the smart lawyers, they will be listening to you. They will be jotting down points. They will be listening to the witnesses that you will bring, and they will be taking down points. And based on your own testimony, then they start to ask you questions. But you say the other one, how can the other one? We must begin to demand our leaders to live by their words. The reason why, especially in our society, Liberia, that our politicians think that lie is normal is because you or those of us that have been lied to, we ourselves are not demanding high standard from these people. Our standard of morality is so low to the extent that we encourage people to even be criminals. Our morality is so low to the extent that we encourage good people to be bad in our society. Our demand for transparency is so ugly to the extent that people do bad and think that it is okay. They walk in the community and they feel pleased. We honor criminals and held pedophiles. It is the criminals that we call honorable. And those who are the victim, we call them criminals. Liberia will not be a better place if you and I cannot stand up against the usual order of doing things. People will intentionally abuse us because they believe that we do not have high standard for government officials. The standard that we set for them, they are so low. So they abuse us, they do whatever and say, oh, you lead people there. Say whatever they can say. And they will come back the next morning and say, oh, but that thing, that man, that thing I was talking, man, leave that thing there. You know that politics. And you and I will accept it as it is and allow them to walk scot-free. But we must begin to build a generation that will be very uncomfortable with lies. Very uncomfortable with lies. Until we can reach to that stage. These idiots that call themselves our leaders, some of them, they will continue to abuse us. And I want to play you my first clip here. I want to play you my first clip.
We will not allow small children when they should be in school. They should be in school.
This is Joseph Numa Boyka that you're about to listen to. All of you who are sending me likes, I want to appreciate you. Thank you so very kindly. Rising Sun, I recognize and appreciate your presence. Thank you so very kindly, my brother. Thank you so very well for what you continue to do for this platform. You are one of the stakeholders in this platform, for this platform, and I appreciate you. Ishaka Saw, you are one of those stakeholders. Duke Positive, the Positive family, you people are stakeholders in this platform. I want to say thanks to all of you. Baron A. Walker, thank you for joining us. So I want you to listen to your leader, the man who is our president. And I will ask you a question. By what standard are you holding this man up to? How this man even look at us as Liberians? How? I want to say thanks to our brother Rising Sun for the stars. Thank you so very kindly. I do appreciate you. Thank you so very well. So I want us to listen to Mr. Boyka. This was during the campaign time. These were some of the things that they used to deceive the Liberian people and lie to you. They told you that they were going to bring heaven on earth. They told you that they have all of the connection to make Liberia better. They promised us that our children will no longer be abandoned. So listening to Mr. Boyka.
We will not allow small children to tell market when they should be in school. They should be in school.
We will not allow small children to sell market. They should be in school. Joseph Numa Boyka is aware that these kids should be in school. And thank God that Joseph Numa Boyka is the president of the Republic of Liberia. His statements are policy. Joseph Numa Boyka is not a common person like you and I. That's why leaders, they are very careful what they say, because whatever they say has weight behind it. That's why they are very careful. They choose their words. They choose when to say, what to say. So Boyka told us during the campaign time that my people, you don't vote for we are, because your children are on the street selling. It is President Weah. He is the cause of your children on the street selling. But when we take over, we move your children from on the street. We ensure that they will be in school. We ensure that these teachers will be adequately paid for the children to be in school. We will put measure in place that no child will be selling during school time. That Joseph Numa Boyka's voice is not my voice.
Small children tell market when they should be in school. They should be in school.
Yeah? No small children will sell market. They should be in school and they will be in school. Listening to this. They should be in school.
Small children tell market when they should be in school. They should be in school. We're not allowed those young.
They should be in school. They should be in school. Should be in school. They should not be on the way selling. They should not be on the street selling. They should not be out when school hours are going on. They should be in school. You know, fellow Liberians, I can understand that sometimes we as people, the standard that we set, that what made the people can use us the way they can use us. The way we allow these people to get away with things, that's why they don't respect us. In the Western world where we live, guess what? Leaders, you don't just say anything because they hold you by your words. There are people who have resigned in the Western world because of what they said. Just because of what they said, the people forced them to resign because what they said was completely contrary to the reality. You want a better Liberia, you want your leaders to treat you with respect. But unfortunately, you yourself, the standard you have set for yourself is so low. The man will treat you based on how you set yourself. You know, let me tell you something. For those of us that get high confidence, we fear no woman when we see you and like you, to respectfully approach you and tell you how we feel about you. But you know, most men are intimidated by the woman's physical presence. Sometimes the way the woman presents herself, sit down for a look and say, wow, man, I can't go down there. I can't go there. What a woman, man. A woman, no. That woman, I don't think she's my class. I don't think she's my class. Sometimes you look at it for long, you say, no, the woman, yeah, she's too classic for me. Sometimes the way you present yourself, the people who are around you, just by looking at you, you gave them the first impression of who you are. Of who you are. So there are a lot of men who miss a lot of opportunities on women that were also looking for good relationship. But because of the physical appearance, the way they handle themselves out, the way they present themselves out, they cause these men to be afraid. You overdress to the extent that even the man who's supposed to be your future husband is afraid of you. The man who's supposed to be your future husband is afraid of you. You put yourself in a class that is so above to the extent that the man who's supposed to love, cherish, and care for you look at you and say, the woman, I forget it. She's too classy for me. But then when you go home, you as a woman, you cry on your bed because of the level that you have set yourself. Some of our sisters are victims because of where they have put themselves. The place that they have put themselves. The standard that you will set is the standard that people will use to judge you, and they will take you to be by as per that standard. So Joseph Numa Breaker will continue to abuse us because we gave ourselves cheap to Joseph Numa Breaker. We gave our votes cheap to Joseph Numa Breaker. We knew who Joseph Numa Breaker is. We know Joseph Numa Breaker pass. This look, let me tell you something, my people. The best way to judge a man, in most cases, is to look at his past performance. The past performance will tell you the present and the future. I know people change, but the past performance always have to some extent a bearing on you. That's why you see in the Western world, people are very, very careful with their character, with what they get involved into. Because there are some things, when you are involved into it, it put a dent on your character for the rest of your life. For the rest of your life. For example, when you are a convicted felon, even when you leave jail and come OSA, there are certain jobs that they don't give you. No, certain job is not for you. They don't give it to you in this Western world. They don't give it to you. When the people look at your record and see that you have committed this crime, you might be qualified, you might have the academic credential, but they don't give it to you because of that particular stigma that's behind you. So people look at your past in this place, in this Western world. People look at your past. Look, let me tell you something. Even God that we serve, and this is about to be strange, the Almighty Allah that we serve, to some extent, He reminds us or look at our past. Even though He is God, He does not judge us. He bless us how He want to bless us. But sometimes He reminds us of our past. Our CV can speak for us. I'll give you an example. Before David could become king of Israel, it was very important for the prophet to be able to look at who this particular person is. Being a shepherd, he is somebody who exhibits a level of authority over, some whether it be animal or whatever. He had that charisma. No foolish person can be a cattle rearer. No foolish person. No lazy man can be somebody who raised cattle. No lazy man can be. Especially those days. Because you have to fight to defend your cattle from wild animals. So David was already in a leadership position before God could bring him. He was already in a leadership position. He was doing something to exert authority over something before he could become a leader of Israel. So those people that God called to lead his people, one way or the other, they were doing something. They were doing something. One way or the other, they were leaders over some kind of thing. Because God have to build you up. So He look at you. So we get this man called Joseph Newman Boyka, this old man, who all of the signs were shown to us. We know this man, who he is, where he have worked. And there is no complete success story that you can be able to explain about this Mr. Boyka. But you choose willingly to give your life to a man who all of the places that he have worked, he has no good legacy, no good record. When this man presided over the PL 480 project, that is the American rights they gave back, in the 80s. To Liberia as a grant. They will give you the rights. They said the rights, use the money. They are the Japanese only looking like, for example, the Japanese rest project looking like. So use the money on developmental purpose. Joseph Newman Boyka was in charge of that particular project, the PL 480. I don't know how many of you are aware of it. The PL 480. That PL 480 project died because Joseph Newman Boyka could not exert authority over it. He could not exert authority over it. He was not trustworthy of that particular project. When you look at the PL 480 report, you say, wow, to the extent that people just misuse that particular money. To misuse the money. I got a PL 480 report. I've talked about it so many times. Joseph Newman Boyka was in charge of that particular project. The Liberia agriculture produce, Joseph Newman Boyka was the head. That again ended up in disaster. Even doing a wartime government of Amos Sawyer, wartime government where people just doing their own thing, and get time for too much accountability. This man also desperately performed. Desperately he performed. This man was given the opportunity to serve as vice president for 12 years. Again, he desperately performed. You know, Liberian, we are a wonderful state of people. Liberians are the only people that give you unlimited access for you to abuse them. I'm telling you, Liberians are the only people that give you unlimited access to abuse them. So this man has been a disaster. One would say in our common Liberian way, this man has been a bomb. He has been a bomb all throughout his life. There is no success story that you can point to and say this man succeeded here, succeeded there. And now somebody will say, but a man of our president, what do you mean a man not succeed? Look, let me tell you something. There are people who God can give opportunity to. He doesn't look whether they are fit. There are people who have been given numerous opportunity, while others don't even have that opportunity yet. Haven't you seen somebody who was very successful, maybe had some money, did some business, and at the end of the day, boo, you blow it off. Before you go low, the second opportunity comes. The man, then people can be asking, but what a man, so. But God said, I know who to bless. They can happen. So Joseph Newman Boyka being vice president, it does not prove that they men were competent enough. It's just that that opportunity was given him because of some political reasons to serve. But even when he was serving as vice president, this man again decimally performed. He decimally performed. He performed below standard. We explained to the Liberian people, we told the Liberian people that this man would be a disaster because we saw his footprint from back in the 70s. We saw his footprint. We know that this man was a pathological liar, and we informed Liberians. We saw the man's behavior during the CPP, what he did. We told you that this man is a divisionist. He's a troublist. This man has no fresh ideas. To the extent that one of his own trusted nephew referred to him as a dead man walking. A dead man walking is somebody without purpose, without plan, without mind. You just walking, just a zombie. You know, when you watch these zombie shows, right? Some of these vampire shows. So you will see even while they are under attack or they've been killed by the hero, you will still see them coming. You still see the zombie coming. They don't have any purpose. They don't have any mind of their own. So what pain is inflicted on them, you will see them still coming. So his own trusted nephew, Costa, referred to him as a dead man walking. Dead man walking. Has no fresh ideas. You saw all of the sign on the wall. But you choose this man. Definitely, they are feeling the full wrath of Boyka uselessness. So Boyka lied to you and told you that President Weah was the reason why your children was on the street. President Weah was the cause for which your children were selling. As if children were not selling even those days, normal days, so to speak, we can say normal days. Back in the 80s, I remember I used to sell plastic bag in the market. My sister was selling fish in Waterside Market. I used to be there selling plastic in the 80s in Waterside. My sister used to sell fish. I used to be there with the plastic bag, selling plastic around. So now we come outside Waterside Market. All over, passing, selling. But they made you to understand that it was President Weah who was responsible for your children being on the street selling. They make it to look like Liberia is not a society where we help each other. I am not in favor of people leaving children who are underage to go sell on the street. I'm not in favor of that. But what I also know is that we help our parents with some of these things. Yes, we help them. The reason why some of us survive in difficult times is because of some of the training that they gave us. Some of these petty training that you're looking at. That's what makes some of us to survive in difficult times. Because they were teaching us value. They were putting in us skills. They take the top and put it on your head and say, let's go. Buy in front of me. So now they're ready to feed the American and say, go sell in the yard. Look, they made you to even hate your own culture. You see how these people deceive you? Look, it's part of our culture for children to help the family. It's part of our culture. I know there are some things we need to refine, right? There are some things we need to make straight. I do get that. I understand that. And there are some measures we need to put in place to save our children. I understand that. But even back in the 80s, we used to help our people. Maybe it may not be passing among cars and whatever, but we used to sell. Oh, yes, we used to sell. Back in the 80s, even back in the 70s, there were young people who used to be selling, helping their parents. But Boyka made you to understand that helping your parents, something that has been part of our culture from day one, that it was not correct. Joseph Numa Boyka, listen to him. Listen to the dead.
Allow small children to sell market when they should be in school. They should be in school.
No, I do agree that children should be in school. I agree. Oh, yes, I agree with that. That children should be in school. I agree that children are supposed to be in an environment where their knowledge will be built. But today, I know of some people who did not enter classroom and they are surviving on the skills that were impacted to them by their parents. I know of somebody who is a very, very good beautician. She braid hair. She's she can, in our Liberian, we will say the woman can plait hair. She can braid hair very well, even here in the States where she is. That's what she's doing. Braiding your hair. When I want more braid hair for you, you say, what happened? Say, you get PhD in braiding hair. I told you also of one of my sisters. You go and see your house. Even those of us that say we graduate from wherever. Now the money she can make just in an hour. The last time I went to go visit her. Just in the split second of about 45 minutes. I'm finished making $300. $300 clear. In the space of 45 minutes, she finished making $300. So kind of hair she was plaiting. $300, no noise behind it, clean. She finished making that money. The 2 hours that I spent there or that we spent there, that woman was able to do almost about 4 person here. And the people that came there about appointment, about appointment. The first leg ahead that she did, that one, her mother brought her in. She said, "Oh, we have some kind of important stuff. We need to go. I'm sorry, I did not inform you, blah, blah, blah." They say, the time here now, I got to call my other clients open the 300. The woman did not even hesitate. Back, and the money, kiao, and gave it. So our children has always been there for us. They've always been there. This is another way of teaching our children value and skills, how to make money, how to be able to take care of business. But they made you to understand that it was wrong, that was bad thing. Which, don't get me wrong, I am saying, and I will continue to say, that our children should have the opportunity to go to school and be children and not adults. But also, we as parents have responsibility to impart in them the knowledge, skills, because some of these skills will help them. Some of these skills are going to help them in the future. And it's helping so many people. But Joseph Newman Boyka made it to honor to believe that because President Weah is incompetent, according to them, quote unquote. That's why people are in the street selling. So he said that children will not be in the street selling. My question to you is, are our children in the street selling? Are our children in the street selling? Are children in the street today?
Allow small children to tell market when they should be in school. They should be in school. We will not allow those young ladies to upgrade the street whole day yourself. The money you make can't even buy rice. We can't.
Yeah, according to Boyka, they will not allow these women to be in the street and selling. Petty traders. They're not allowing to be in the street. You know why he said that? Because they will provide jobs for them. But the last time that I checked, the petty trader, they were protesting. That Joseph Newman Boyka word is not my word. Listening to him, that's why I like to be in studio. I can play these things for you to hear. Listen.
Young lady to upgrade the street. We will not allow those young ladies to upgrade the street whole day yourself. The money you make can't even buy rice. We can't.
You hear Joseph Newman Boyka? They will not allow those young ladies, we call them ocean people. No, something that have been part of our society from day one. From day one. Because government that's supposed to provide that opportunity for its people for a very long time has neglected the people. But then Joseph Newman Boyka told you and myself, lied to you, that these young people will not be in the street selling, these women will not be in the street selling. If it was not because some of these girls are business minded, you know how the prostitution rate in Liberia was going to increase? You know, it was going to increase. If it is not because some of these girls, they have the heart to be able to buy things and go and auction it so that at least they can get someone to lay $5 or $10. You know what was going to be happening? Maybe Liberia was going to be the capital city of prostitution. You know how some of these girls, they are helping their spouses? You know how some of these people, they are helping even family members by selling these auction things? You know how some of these people are taking care of homes because the men are not even working. The men are not even working. Because the men don't even have the job. Joseph Newman Boyka, he cannot even provide a job for their husbands. So they are compelled to do these things, to go and sell. Through their selling, some of them are able to sponsor kids in school. They are able to sponsor family members. They are able to carry on projects that give them place to lay their heads. do this street selling. But you sit down there and say, no, they will not sell on the street. But you are not providing job for them. It is only an idiot that will say, my man, you know what happened? They done that in your hand, throw it away. But I'm going to give you. You must be an idiot. Even you that will throw the dime away, you must ask what that person has to offer you before you throw it down. Oh, yeah. Even God, when He is telling us to forgo sin, He told us what He will do for us when we put sin away. Eh? God Almighty, when you read the Bible, He told you the things that you are holding that is not correct. He told you that when you put this thing down, I will give you eternal life. God Himself did not just give us command and say, do this. But He tell us the benefits that we are going to get. When He told us that children obey your parents in the Lord, it was followed by the blessings that is attached with obeying your parents in the Lord. He says, so that your days on earth will be long, so that you will prosper, you will eat the good of the land, etc., etc. So God Almighty does not just tell us, but He gave us opportunity to know what He has for us when we are to take the step. He said, put your burden down and come unto me. He said, put all of your problems down. Those of you who are heavy loaded, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you because my yoke is easier. So a man told you yesterday that, you know what, you'll start selling, but does not tell you, or you didn't see any plan of him making your life better. He said he has not even made his own life better. This is a man that have been living on loan. He has always been a liability on other people. When you trusted him, when we were telling you that it is dangerous to trust this man, he said, no, you're by your again, yeah, you're by your this, you're that. Yeah. Yes, where we are. With Boyka, the non-achiever, the dead man walking, the man without any fresh ideas, with no mind to improve your life. This is the man that you have given an opportunity to.
Upgrade the street whole day yourself. The money you make can't even buy rice. We can't do it. We want to put dignity on our people.
We want to put dignity on our people. What is the dignity that Joseph Numa Boyka is putting on Liberians? No. Let me ask the question. What is the dignity that Joseph Numa Boyka is putting on? Joseph Numa Boyka have made us to be a laughing stock in the African continent. A nation that was once admirable. A nation that was once enviable by the way they conducted themselves. Today, Liberia has become a laughing stock. Joseph Numa Boyka is telling you he will add dignity to your life. What is the dignity that this man have added to his own life before you will add to your own life? They almost like a man standing in front of you with tattered clothes. Clothes are all torn up. But then he is telling you, now, my man, I will give you the best clothes to wear. When you know that this man is not even up to standard, the first thing you look up and down and say, my man, the man appearing alone. Almost like what the Bible says. Somebody get coal in your eye, we say the Liberian way. You get a plank in your eyes, then you telling somebody else, my man, do that thing for your eye. You can clean your own eye. Clean your eyes first. When it's okay, then you tell the next man. So you have a breaker that have never added dignity to his own life. This man served for 12 years. And at the end of the day, he became a beggar. But this man was brave enough to tell you that I will add dignity to your life. And you believe it. When we told you that the man will add nothing to your life. That this man will add nothing to your life. We told you. Joseph Newman breaker lied to you. Made it, oh, no, worry. We'll dignify your life. But today, is your life now dignified? Is there any value that has been added to your life? Instead of progressing, we are retrogressing. It's in a breaker.
And that's why we're here. That's the mission we have.
Yeah, that the mission they have to take our children from on the streets. Why are we now holding this man accountable? Why? Liberians. We must hold Joseph Newman Breaker accountable because that's what he said. He said that was their mission, to take our children from on the street and make sure he put them in school so that our sisters can no longer be selling on the street, because he will give their husband dignifying work. He will provide opportunity for them, job. Liberian, rise up and demand from your leaders what they promise. You know, I grew up with older folks. And what I can say for sure is that what I know, the older people get is the more straightforward they become. They speak truth to whoever without fear or favor. In our African culture, in our African tradition, in our African setting, the older our people get, is the more wisdom. I'm not saying that there are no older people who are, to some extent, odd. We all know that. But I know that in our society, when you look at it, if you are to attach percentage to age and wisdom, most of our people, the older they become, is the more insightful, very careful. They choose their words carefully. They are very measured, one would say, in what they say. They are not afraid to take actions for the good of the family, the community, or whatever. They are not afraid because they are not looking for your friendship. They are not looking for your good name or your bad name. They believe that they are at the age where anytime God can call them. So they are working in the interest of the divine one. They're not working in your interest. And the young man or the young girl will say, hey, but you know that I'm a friend, I gotta take my own time, blah, blah. The older people, they ain't get time. They will look at their own children and tell you, say, me, I ain't get time. When I die, me alone go. Now, what do we say? You say, when I die, me alone go. What older people say. Meaning that they will not compromise the truth for anything. But look at this old man at his age. After all of the promises that he made to the Liberian people, he has abandoned the people. He has abandoned them. I want to welcome Emmanuel. Thank you so much for joining us from District 15. You are welcome. Definitely. Brother Allison, the old man, the draft, the old man guy, not near you. Listen to him. Listen to him.
And And that's why we're here. That's the mission we have. And I can assure you, if you check your calendar, it's exactly 4 months from.
And he attached time frame to it. You were saying it's exactly 4 months away from the election. No, Joseph Newman Boyka attached time frame to all of these things. So when we are demanding that Boyka should be able to deliver, we are not doing it because we hate Boyka. I'm from Grand Cape, man, Lofa. I'm a environment man. Proud one too. Bandy. Loma. Plenty of things I be saying I yes. So I understand the culture, I understand the tradition. I know what age is. So when we are speaking of these things, nobody hate Mr. Boyka. No, hate is not in our heart for this old man. No. Hate him for what? No, we do not hate him. But we love our people more than that of Joseph Newman Boyka. We are not sycophants like those who follow him. Those who will not look in the face of this old man and say, oh man, you got to do the thing and let people to benefit. We are not sycophants. We are bold. So according to Boyka, he came so that the children can be taken off the street, so that our sisters will not be selling, according to Joseph Newman Boyka.
Today. Today's the 10th, right? When is election? You start checking. 4 months to the date. After 4 months, you will see a new Liberia coming up.
After 4 months, we see a new Liberia. What is the new Liberia? Disrespect for the rule of law. That the new Liberia? Yeah, Joseph Newman Boyka was right. Because we are retrogressing. It's almost like we are in a civil war. Disrespect for the rule of law. Police brutality is becoming the order of the day. Corruption is taking over the governance system. Oh, yes. That's the new Liberia Joseph Newman Boyka was talking about. The new Liberia where government officials will beat on people and say, are working to the Ministry of Finance. Nothing will happen. Nothing will come out of it. That's the new Liberia Joseph Newman Boyka was talking about. The new Liberia is the Liberia where Jessica Lloyd will be abused by one local riches. And when they take him to the court, he will walk scot-free. The new Liberia Joseph Newman Boyka was talking about is the Liberia where somebody like Queen Johnson, Peaches Johnson at National Port Authority will aid, will be caught on camera, aiding and abetting the taking away of another Liberian life. And at the end of the day, she will be given a lucrative position at the free port. Lucrative position at the free port. Oh, okay. You will see a new Liberia. What is that new Liberia? Oh, that new Liberia is taking our brothers off the street. People who you did not provide job for. They manage to put themselves together and decide to legally hustle so that they can be able to sustain their family. You're taking them off job because that's a job. You know, this old man, I don't know whether he is really thinking. The first census that was conducted in Liberia in the early 2000s, they made us to understand that a good number of Liberians were employed. And they said, when you are even selling willow market, it's an employment. It's a source of employment. Let me bring some kind of report here for you. Let me see. I should have it here. Just bear with me. Let me. Okay. Sorry. Just bear with me. There's something I want to bring here for us to see. Uh, just bear with me. Let me just see if I can. Okay. If I can bring you this. Okay. It's taking time to read, and I don't want to waste your time. So, uh, it's taking time. It's taking time to read. So just bear with me. I don't want to. I'm just going to leave it as it is. So in 2008, the first census was conducted. When that census was conducted, they told us that the level of unemployment was by far less. They also told us that many people were living, say, the people who were living at least at a very considerable, maybe life was of high percentage. They told us that when you are selling willow market, it's a source of employment in 2008. So they will put you on unemployment. In fact, they were even asking when they were taking that census, they will ask you, you get TV in your house, you get copper, you get spoon, you get this, you get that. Then based on the answer you will give them, they will put you on somebody who at least, is a middle class person. When you sell in willow market, they say you are employed. You put in wheelbarrow, they say, yeah, you are employed. You riding keke, they say, oh, but motorbike at the time, they say, yeah, you are employed. So they use that particular sensor report to project a picture that Liberia was okay. Employment rate was very high. The poverty level has reduced, etc., etc. But then this is the same Joseph Newman Boyka, who the government that he served in yesterday said, riding keke is a job or riding motorbike is a job. That they men coming now to take jobs from the same old people that yesterday he agreed that riding back was a job and it means to sustain yourself. Today now this man come back and speaking another side from his mouth and saying that let's take motorcyclists from off the street. Let's even agree that if these motorcyclists, some amongst them are disgruntled, which is obviously will happen. Because even drivers, they have some disgruntled ones. Why can't you pick out the disgruntled one and prosecute them? But you label all of them under the same banner and say, look, we're taking you off the street. So you leave a very good portion of our society jobless. Because according to Joseph Nima Boyka 2008 census, they said that was job. That was job. So it means you are intentionally, knowingly, willfully taking the people out of job. Because I remember when they conducted that census, the stuff here, I don't know why it's reading. I want to open it for us to see it. Let me see if I can. Let me use another means. Let me see. Bear with me. Just bear with me. Let me see another place I can get this from. Because I know it's giving me some kind of. Okay. All right. Okay, fine. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I get it right here. Just bear with me. Let me see. Let me download it right here. I'm going to some on our website that I'm not supposed to be going to. You bear with me, my people. I want to download this stuff. Let me see. No, I don't want to come here. I don't want to come here. I don't want to come here. Just bear with me. Let me see. Okay. All right, fine. That's good. I get it right here. Just bear with me. I get it right here. Let me download it in for myself. Yeah. So it's right here. Let me just bring it right here so you can see it. Let me share the screen here with this one. Bear with me, all my people. I want to show you this sensor. Okay. So fine. Okay. Let me move this from here. Okay. And add this here. Fine. Here is the census report. Here is it. 2008. Here's the census report. Let me just scroll and I will show you some things. Here is it. There are some things that I want to show you on it that Joseph Numa Boyka then agreed that, it was okay. Liberia was doing well. Major urban area. Or let me see. Yeah. Let's come to this one. Just bear with me. Just bear with me, my people. There's some kind of area that I want to get. Some kind of area I want to get. I want to get a place here, which I want to read to you. There is a place that I want to read to you. It talks about employment. There's a place that it talks about employment. I was looking there and I saw it. Average household size, no. Population, not population, Dublin town. I was looking at it in the last town. Okay, right between. So just bear with me. Just bear with me, oh my people. I wanna. Anyway, I think I save it on the other side, or I can't really find the place here. But basically, when you look at the census report, right, in detail, it talks about the level of employment. It talks about people who are living, above It's a full detailed report. The first one that I downloaded, I look at, it was about 38 pages. And I highlighted it there at that time, where it says most Liberians were employed. And it outlined what it meant by employment. So if you are riding motorbike, you are employed. If you are selling Willow Market, you are employed. How are you, my sister Fatu? According to them, if you are even doing who want work, you go put your little wheelbarrow. They've classified that as employment. But today, a Joseph Newman worker will come before
Liberia that will give you hope.
I know.
Liberia, where corruption will be thing of the past.
Yeah, corruption will be things of the past.
And that's why we're here. That's the mission we have. And I can assure you, if you check your calendar, it's exactly 4 months from today. Today's the 10th, right? When is election? You start checking. 4 months to the date. After 4 months, you will see a new Liberia coming up. You see a Liberia that will give you hope. You see a Liberia where corruption will be thing of the past.
Corruption will be thing of the past. But I play you a video clip where Joseph Newman Boyka was telling us that his official can be corrupt. He told us that his official can be corrupt. They can steal and do whatever. That our children will not have to sell in the street. Today, again, there was a protest in Liberia from the students. A protest from the students. Joseph Newman Boyka lied and said that the Liberianization policy will be strong. He will give Liberians the opportunity. He said the markets will be open for Liberians to participate. Today, the Liberian Business Association, they addressed the media. And there were some things that they highlighted, 6 counts, and I want you to listen to it. Let's play it. We'll bring these things for you to listen to hear. And we'll tell you that these people, they are liars. These people don't believe in you. They only use you to get to power. And at the end of the day, they dump you. Listen to the spokesperson of the Liberia Business Association.
Especially the Liberian private sector, the additional businesses. Tell us why the influence is on. So I have 5 counts this morning. I would like to add it up to 6, which of course is not on the document or the paper here this morning. One have to do with the liberalization policies. The liberalization policies is where Liberians should be the only one doing 100% retail or right. Retail is not foreigner. Foreigner should be in the store.
Remember, there's the man that will tell you think Liberia, love Liberia, build Liberia. And Joseph Newman Boyka slogan. Joseph Newman Boyka is the one that passing around with love Liberia, think Liberia, build Liberia. That he the one, yeah, people there. But look at how, and I want you to listen to how this man is treating Liberians. How Liberians now, that President Weah said they will not be spectator in their own economy, and we get video here to show you how he engaged them and gave them the opportunity. Look at where they are now. Honor the men who say love Liberia, think Liberia, build Liberia. Listen to them.
Doing wholesale, Liberians should be the ones doing supply. But if you look around today, you see foreigners, even in our communities, doing CEPI. CEPI is where you give goods for credit for 3 months, 2 months, and etc. And the Liberians that pay for stores, market tables, shops are not making sales, and they are operating on bank loans. And it is a bad thing for us. We have been complaining this for the last 2 years under this regime, or going to 2 years under this regime, and nobody listened to us. And we'll be left with no choice than to do citizen arrest, because I have reached this to the attention of the Chamber of Commerce, who is responsible for foreign businesses.
Yeah. Liberians now are threatening because in their own country, look, Joseph Newman Boyka, these are all videos that we are playing you to understand and to know that Joseph Newman Boyka is a pathological liar. Never trust this man and his group of gangsters that he having.
That thing where just like human boy are talking love Liberia, think Liberia, this Liberia, they are all lies. In fact, now it is even worse than ever before, to the extent that the stores that should even be selling wholesale, they are now selling retail. The store that was supposed to be selling burger already, also selling copper rest. The one that was supposed to be selling chicken soup, they're selling chicken soup at retail. When you go there, can't find out you buy a chicken soup. So the Liberian Based Association now they say reaching the play where they come into their own say arrest now. Look, the country in jail lawless under Joseph Nima Boyka. Don't believe me. Yeah, for yourself. You got one thought they can say, oh, you lying. Let's listen.
And we'll be left with no choice than to do citizen arrest, because I have reached this to the attention of the Chamber of Commerce, who is responsible for foreign businesses, because we have foreigners going in our communities doing CP, doing credit, and they are not supposed to be doing that. I have reached that to the minister or the president of the Liberian Chamber of Commerce. I reached it to the former commerce minister. I reached it to the justice minister. Currently, I reached it to the president of the Liberian Business Association as well. But nobody cared to do something about it. You cannot be in my country as investor. You're doing wholesale, you're doing retail, and you're trying to do supply at the same time. There is nothing being left for the indigenous businesses, and that is wrong. Because of that, our people are not able to pay the bank loans and etc. And nobody looking at that part of it. The debt code is not looking at that. Because people are not coming to the stores, to the market table, to the shops to buy, because people walking, there are foreigners where people in the community walking to pay, they're carrying pots, they're carrying dishes, they're carrying costume, they're carrying everything, TV, you name it. All the electronic appliances and all or marketable things, they are carrying to people door, or what men are carrying it to people doors to go do pay. We're saying no to that. If the government cannot look into it ASAP, like yesterday, we will have to do citizen arrest. We'll be left with no choice than to do citizen arrest. That is the first count. The second count is President Weigert. Since he took over, he haven't met with the Liberian private sector. And it's a prerequisite. Every president, when you get into office, in the first 21 days, you should meet with the additional businesses.
Now, you hear what this man is saying? While he explaining, I will look for the video when President William met with the Business Association. I don't want you to believe it. Let's listen. While I look for it.
President Boyka having met with the Liberian businesses. We don't have to protest for our president to sit with us. But if we will have to be left with that option, we will have no regret doing that. And we're going to do a peaceful protest. We will assemble at his residence. We will assemble at the mansion. We will assemble at Foreign Affairs for our president, the father of this land, to sit with us and talk to us to know what Liberian businesses, the challenges that we're facing, what we're going through, that make us to be spectators in our own economy. We are tired of being spectators in our own economy. Everything you see in this country today, most of the good things you see, I would say 85 or 90% or 95% of the good things you see today in our country is owned by foreigners. We can do better. We want to be empowered by our government. And there are so many things that the president can do if we sit with him and talk to him one-on-one. That's the second count. The third count, LRA, Liberia Revenue Authority.
When Liberians were opening a meeting with President Weah discussing, some of them, they abused the opportunity. That people got to protest to go see your own president. Hey, you see what is happening in Liberia now? When President Weah made himself available and was seeing everybody, people overlook it. When President Weah was available to talk to everybody, footballer, he would talk with them. Basketballer, now football player, then he would talk with everybody. You see, President Weah make the presidency to be simple and brought it down to the common people. But they see common people, they don't understand. They abuse him. They abuse the opportunity. Later now to go see president, you got to protest. You don't even want to see you at the first thing. You don't even get any day to even see you, to the extent that you got to protest. Let's listen to him. I'll get a video here where President Weah, in fact, let me show you the video first, that President Weah met with business people in Liberia. Don't believe what I'm saying. Let me play it before we go to the one where they say, how you call Joe Boyka, and I'm meeting with them. Here we go.
Mr. President, on behalf of the market way for China, as head of the custom broker in Liberia, we are then confronting the LRA with the kind of a tax regime being used.
Yeah, meeting with business people, market women, people who can go to China to buy, petty trader, all of them, meeting with all of them. Even the Yana Boy Association, I got a video where President, we have met with the Yana Boy Association. The video right here, I will show it to you. Let's listen.
People who were for years. And in my hands are various documents being used, instruments being used to raise taxes at the free port. And these instruments are in threefold. We have the clear report, we have the DI, and we have the NNRF. The DI, those are goods that come from China that are not inspected overseas, will be inspected in the port. The clear report are those ones being inspected overseas, come to the free port, either at the consignee warehouse, being used by the document provided by DI.
So let me just carry on.
Come to Peruvian with a certificate given
See?
to the
See business people that you're meeting with?
to custom for violation and all exercise.
So I just want to show you, and let's go ahead where you will even talk, and sympathize and empathize with them. They apply. Listen.
Travel to people get the inspection, that they see it's okay to go. And come from the government that we get the document, on a car, but it will hopefully continue again and see the document inside. And those things are not, it's not right because some are continue. Everything in that continue, as soon as everything get lost.
Now, let me take this from here. You see, President, we are meeting with business people. Let's go back to Joseph Newman Burger on a business people time. Yeah, thank God I will we'll take our own time and make all this research and give it to you for you to hear it. Before you say, oh, yeah, we probably lying. Listen.
90% or 95% of the good things you see today in our country is owned by foreigners. We can do better. We want to be empowered by our government. And there are so many things that the president can do if we sit with him and talk to him one-on-one. That's the second count. The third count, LRA, Liberia Revenue Authorities. It is true that you have to raise laws for revenue, but not at the detriment of the people. Our new LRA boss, Mr. Dobajara, have said to the president, the legislator, that he wants to raise $1 billion. You cannot raise $1 billion under this kind of atmosphere. There is no business going on. The LRA boss last year, November or December, put into full swing, increasing taxes from 10% to 15%, from 15 to 20, from 10 to 12. Unknown to the Liberian private sector, unknown to the stakeholders. That is a violation. Before you do anything of such, you should have a dialogue with the stakeholders.
I just want to stop it right here, my people, because time is of essence and we have to discuss. You're listening to them. You're listening to the business people. The high increase in the cost of taxes. Joseph Newman Boyka, who told us that Liberia will be better, that the business people should not be on the street. And let me tell you something. Some of these business people that you look at, right, that can bring their goods, they are depending on some of these people who sell these auction goods to go and take these goods and sell it and carry the money. That's one of the simplest way that some of these people goods can be reduced. For example, when they bring goods from China, they girls then will go to their store and take, when they bring, for example, maybe blouses or some kind of new sewing they bring from China, their children will go, their girls then will go there, take it and carry it to go sell it as auction on the street. So as they sell it, they go back in the store, pay for it, and take some. That's how it can be. So you're taking these children from the street. But Joseph Newman Boyka lied that, no need for the children to be on the street, this, that, other thing. Now they are not even there market leaving the people's hands. hear people crying, business people crying. You will not even believe it. Let me play you a video of business people crying. Business people, they hate themselves. They are crying. I don't want you to believe it. Let me play a video here for you. Where is it? Okay, it's right here.
Rescue. You want to press people, you know. Show me the meaning of rescue. To save somebody, the meaning of rescue. Yeah. To deliver you from something, take you from something. So you are the poor people. Rescue me, save. But we the old people. Rescue, the meaning of rescue. That you can't help me while eating the water. But you can't tell in the water. He can't put one naked in the water but to kill one money. You know they get people, the pressure. Husband not working. I live in church TV. I even made 1,000 a lot. I even made 500 a lot profit. Let me come and go. Children waiting for me. You are Jota Baga. What will be our result next year? We wouldn't even 1 year. What will be our result the following year? Okay. Thank you so much. What's your name? What's your name? My name is Patience Money. Patience Money. You selling the market here? Yes. I'm selling it here. Yes. I'm selling it. No market. I'm just son. I go look for one season. You go look for the market, you see so? I see food, call it food price. The way up, you're not understand ourselves. When you go to there, you buy another price. When you come, you buy a different price. So the money I can put it back on my. Also, the money you carry in, to the cold storage. They put it back on my. Very rich. How much for the face? You buy snapper 14,000. What is to buy? 10,000, 8,000. Buy it for 14,000. One cartoon snapper 14,000.
$14,000.
So we beg the government. We ask y'all to help us to beg our government. We say you keep to rescue us. When they rescue that you're doing that, we're not understanding it. And when they pull the police on the street, our boyfriend there, they're not giving nothing to us again. They say they can't rescue us. While they cause a motor runner running, they will not do they want. They are breaking the government. We the poor people, they must find place for us. That we must be able to scale our clothes. They got poor people, they got rich people in the town. Some of all we not got more from the South God. And that basically we do, we not understand our children went to school. Our children, when we can't sell the market, we can't make a damn. They say rescue, but we not understand the rescue team. So they were taking them from all of the street for smoking, for drugs and things. But I think you see them now. All of them turn to Zoom. They can stay in the freeze. So the drugs are to you? Rampant now, it made a rampant. Okay. Yeah. The drugs is rampant. Some of them almost 20% on the street because of Zooming. The zombie drugs? Yeah, the Zooming and they bring in Jota Baga to drink. Because we are trying to sell our, I know what it Kush. But now Zooming, when he said I see that you are so sticking at it. So we asking him to please, we the parent about both children. We ask him to please help us to make our children to leave Zooming. Because he said he came to change things. And no change, we not understand our land. Police people getting our keke motor back. Hata, police people beating our children on the street. They say they should register, they should become go over there, go over that, everything they do. But what police people are killing? That just one thing we just getting dropping there now. Tell him, don't Napa, tell him, sorry. We're not taking somebody like for the country. So we should tell our president to help with the poor people. Selling money, how's the business? We gave God a great for we don't let you tell God take you for. But money ain't in the country now. In process. For now, if I have to tell you that before we're all there,
yeah. You hear the common people talking. These are not your everyday politician who call radio. You know what President Weah did was to take the shock. Some of the sacrifices that President Weah made was to allow the government to take the shock so that the common people will at least have a breathing space. Some of the taxes that some of these businesses or these importers were supposed to pay to government, It was reduced so that at least the money that the common man will spend in the market, it will be less. I remember when President Weah was giving the rice importers some, subsidy to reduce the rice price. It was the same Unity Party people. Look at where we are today. Look at where we are. We are bringing you these realities from Liberia not because we want to show to anybody that we hate the government. No. In fact, we love this government. We love this government. It is some of you who you think that you are supporting this government, that you don't really love this government. That you do not love this government. But for us, we love this government. And that's why we are speaking out. We are speaking out not because we hate. No. We don't have anything like hate in our hearts for anybody. But we are speaking out for our people who are being abused on a daily basis. Police brutality all around the place. You get a Gregory Coleman passing around with more than 50 police officers. He say he got him. He protecting himself. While the communities are without police. The communities are without police. But you get Gregory Coleman passing around with bodyguard around. Like Liberians, we are people who even get time for people. Like we're looking at people who get time for you. The boy passing around with all kind of different police people. The boy alone get more than 4 police cars with him with so heavy guarded armed men. You're behind. Yeah, who get time for you? Who get time for you? Those police officers that behind you, Gregory Como, they can be assigned in the various community that will help to reduce crime. It will help to reduce crime. Look at the crime rate now in the country. So high up. So very high. Liberia is fastly retrogressing. Our nation that was once cherished and admired by our neighbors today now has become a laughing stock because of Joseph Newman Boyka. My people, time have caught up with us. We got to go. But I want to use this occasion to extend my thanks and appreciation to all of you who continue to support us. We appreciate you. We are doing all this to keep the platform active. But for now, it's on every Friday. Every Friday we meet at 7 p.m. And I'm encouraging you to follow us. Right now, as I'm speaking to you now, I'm supposed to use about 3 hours to rest. I've already used 1 hour, 33 minutes. If you observe, you see that sleep is in my eye. So I got to go take my late 1 hour rest, power nap. So it's not easy. So I want to say thanks to each and every one of you for your presence here. Again, if you are not following our page, please follow the page under the Palava Hut. Until we meet again, my people, bye from my end. And have yourself a God bless day.
We want to encourage those who want to remain corrupt and steal money, that I beg them. The money should be used to bless our people. Thank you and God bless.